Okay, still at the library. Okay, yeah, because I got freaking all this doggone homework. Then I got work I gotta do when I go back to the shelter. So, okay, so this is part 3 of bossing up. And this is not just for narcissists or people who, you know, have mental issues or something like that. This is for people, um, it works for people who have mistreated you. Um, it works for people who devalue you. But most of all, it works for you, okay? Bossing up is mostly not is yes to show people and a showcase and all that, but true bossing up is just being back to you, getting back to that center, that essence core of yourself, okay? You want to be the best you that you can be and present that to the world, okay? I thought I had a boogie and it was freaking flakes on the doggone phone on the camera. So, yeah, that's what you want to do. So, um, the fourth thing, if you haven't watched the first ones, please watch part 1 and part 2. This is part 3, and then you'll understand it. So we already went through the first stage, the second, and the third, um, which was compliment yourself. And yeah, you can see that in the videos. The next one is to cry because you are human. Cry. Have a funeral. Have a funeral for the dead, okay? Because that's what it was, a dead relationship, an old relationship. And I know that sounds like, how can you say that? Because I've been through all this and I gave you this. The thing is that the relationship was dead, but you were living. And what you were doing was pulling off the scabs off of yourself, making human band-aids, pulling off skin off of yourself, and patching up this relationship and trying to mend it. You know, when a person gets married, it's just the flesh become one. When a man and a woman loves, I say love each other. When they have sex and they have intercourse, they come into each other, but the flesh comes in together as one. That's what it is. It's spiritual too. It's meshing down at once. So when you break from this relationship, from any relationship, there will be tears and rips uh, in the soul if it's real, especially when you put a lot of time in it. It's just going to be very emotional. You put a lot of emotional work in it, it's going to be emotionally ripped because you are ripping away from this person. But you have to understand that that is necessary for your growth. So and what you was attached to was dead old skin. It wasn't rejuvenating, it was just carrying you down. But I know you can't see that right now because all you can see is that the wound is ripped. All you see is the rip wound. Okay, I had to go through that. When I went through that, I was like, oh my god, I was so hurt, because my emotions were ripped. It was just emotional play. When people use emotions and they manipulate you in all these type of ways, not only was it physical, it was emotional and spiritual. So cry, let that go out. Have a funeral for the dead. It's actually a celebration. That's what you do with funerals. They never say, funerals, you're mourning. They usually say it's a celebration. It's a crossing over. That's exactly what is happening. If you stay focused on the process, you have to stay focused on the process. I didn't even make that as one, so I'm gonna put that down. Enjoy the process, okay? Had I known that I was gonna be doing what I'm doing now, I would have said bring it on, but I was so scared, like, oh my god, oh my god, this is horrible. These people are doing that, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Okay, so what you're gonna do after that? You enjoy the process, but you get back to you. You do, and getting back to you is just doing the things that make you smile. Okay, if you like pottery and doing those arts and crafts, do it. If you like running, do it. My thing was getting back out and singing, and I would stomp a lot in my room because I like rhythms and patterns, and I like bicycling. I would do that nonstop. It wasn't at first. It was thing to get my mind off and get my head clear, but getting out, it stimulated a lot of things for me, and it made my mind travel and not focus on the obvious, about the broken relationship and keep rehashing it. So it saved my mind from that damage of repeat. So do that. The next thing was find friends that have the same interests. And I know you're like, well, I can't find friends. I just met this, I just got into this place. Perfect, perfect. No one knows you, no one knows your experiences. And that's going to make it so much easier. When I was here, nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew that I was in pageantry. Nobody knew all these big things that I did for myself, you know. As I walk through here, people still don't know who and what I am. Perfect, okay? Because they don't have any expectations of you. So you can just be yourself, and the right people are going to gravitate to you, okay? And you'll have some, you know, odds and ends, but for the most part, you're going to find people, you know, you're not going to find lazy people at the gym. If you like to exercise and that's what you want to do, you're not going to find them. And if you do, they're not going to stay for long, okay? They will eventually leave, okay? So that's what you want to do. Which brings me to my next one. Exercise. Yeah, exercise. Get that mind jolting. That goes from the first and the second one. Well, the second and the third one, because I said about having a funeral for the dead. But uh, well, it goes for all of that. You know, if you are getting rid of the dead and you got this open wound, you want to keep your flesh, you want to keep your body moving. It's rejuvenating. You don't want to sit sagging still. Your mind is going to different places, and you're meeting new people. You're getting new experiences and different outlooks. You know, and it's also good physically. You know, you look great when you lose weight and when you exercise. And which goes to the next one: eating properly. Eat properly, okay? There are times that I am a vegetarian for certain times, and I've always been like that ever since I was a little kid. Um, there will be sometimes I will go years as being a vegetarian, then stop, and years I go being a vegan, and I stop. But and it's sometimes when I eat junk food, but this is the time you're away from people. Um, if you were down like I was, I mean, I was away from everybody. I thought that was a curse and nobody was calling me and everything. But it was time to get away from, I didn't have anyone pursuing me as far as what I should eat, telling me you shouldn't eat this because you're not going to get enough protein to have to be a vegetarian, you know, especially in black households, you know. So yeah, in Haitian households too, it's crazy. It's like you don't eat meat? What? Like, or you gonna eat seafood but not okay, I can see seafood and not meat, but if you don't eat no meat, no seafood, what? So yeah, eat properly. Create the next one is kind of going to that one but branching off. It is find something that you always wanted to do and do it. You got time to do it. And what that is going to do, it might be bungee jumping or it might be just public speaking. What it's going to do is one, take your mind off of what is going on at the present moment. Two, it's going to put you, getting your mind focused on something else, which is really good with stress. When you focus on something, um, focus if you when you focus on something negative, it has detrimental effects. But if you focus on something positive, it has the same intensity of effect. It's just in a different area, in a positive reaction instead of the negative. So that's what you want to do. You want to implement the same things that was pushed on you by manipulators and stuff to get up out the hump. Okay, so yeah, do what makes you smile. Have a funeral. Cry about it. It's okay. It's okay. You're human, and what you did was true. What you did was true, even though what they were doing was not true. You know, and be okay with that. Find friends that have the same interests as you. Exercise, eat healthy, and find something. Create a bucket list. Find something that you always wanted to do that you never could do or never had time to do that you still want to do and do it. Um, I know that sounds very cliche, and it's like, okay, well, I'm hurting, all that. Okay, just trust the process. Oh yeah, and trust the process. Um, I'm not saying this because I haven't been through this. I've been through this time and time again, and these are the things that help me get over it and see a bigger picture. Okay, to see a bigger picture. Okay, And that's what I want to show out and give to you. So, yeah, stay tuned for part 4 because I'm going to tell you some things on how to integrate. Like, once you start seeing them, how do you come across? How do you do things? So stay tuned for part 4 of this. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you.